going to be like speed sporting because we've got a lot to get through here. This one first, mate. Lithuanian runner.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we've just seen Kane Corns do a magnificent job fundraising for cancer. I think he's actually won a few people over doing that. So this guy, Alex Sandri Sorkin, ultramarathon runner, has shattered his own world record when he ran 319 kilometres in a day. What? In a day. That's the equivalent of running from Sydney to Canberra. So he would have done what Kane Corns did over a week and a bit in 2 days. All finished. Adelaide to Melbourne, see you later, done. 40-year-old guy. At 32, he was still smoking and drinking, decided I need to get off that and get healthy. Now he's broken his own record. So a bit of good news on that one. All right, some stuff I want to get through. Crows and Power Women Friday night played their first AFLW Showdown.
Yes.
You going?
Working. I'm working.
You're working, so you'll be there. Crowd, what are you expecting?
I hope it's a big one. I'm not sure. This one's a bit wobbly, but it's a bit of a standalone.
Yep.
So they might get a crowd. They might get a crowd at this one. Ports have been in pretty good nick. They haven't won too many games, only won a couple or whatever.
It's going to be a massacre.
It could be.
It's going to be a massacre.
Adelaide
Crows are going to massacre.
Do you know what I noticed, Phil? I watched a bit of Adelaide, not the whole game.
Beat GWS by 90 plus.
I didn't see any of that, but I saw the game the week before. They're a lot bigger than Port.
And you'd expect them to be. They're further developed. There's all of that.
Yeah, they're massive. Yeah, they're massive.
So I think it's going to be a messy
it's going to be tough for Port.
Showdown. I'm interested. Hopefully they get a great crowd.
There's a couple of young girls playing with Port that are, a couple of local girls.
Some good players.
Hannah Ewing,
no doubt. They're just still developing.
Good players.
So
but they're not as big. And that's the other thing with Geelong and Sydney in the AFL Grand Final. Geelong were much bigger.
All right.
Bigger.
Okay, I want to ask you about greatest sporting rivalries, because we've just seen the great Roger Federer finish up with his final game in the Laver Cup against Nadal, and he has been brilliant at 41. But let me ask you about a couple of, because they're saying this is the greatest sporting rivalry, Federer and Nadal. And it's amazing how we just remember what's happened over a 10-year period. All right, I want to ask you about Sampras Agassi.
Boom.
Is that a great rivalry?
There you go.
Borg McEnroe?
Yeah.
Equal
McEnroe.
Or Federer and Nadal a little bit more than that?
Borg McEnroe has to be up there.
All right.
That has to be there.
All right. Yeah. Magic Johnson with the Lakers, Larry Bird with the Boston Celtics.
Larry Bird.
That elevated the NBA and basketball, and then Jordan followed on to where basketball is today. Great rivalry?
Fantastic rivalry. But Larry Bird got some kudos from some African Americans not long ago.
He has been.
Who have not seen him play. Never saw him play. And they've gone to let's go to the tape and have a look at this bloke who he's not in my top 5. So they watched the Larry Bird highlight reel.
Yep. From 86.
Sorry, he's back in my top 5,
All right.
So that's a great rivalry,
All right.
Phil.
Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicholson.
There you go.
Could
Big Jack. Big Jack,
All right. Chris Evert, Lloyd, Martina Navratilova. So they met 80 times.
Yep.
Navratilova wins that 43-37.
Wow. That's a
great
rivalry. Well, that's a rivalry, isn't it?
All right. Here's one
order.
That probably was pretty good. Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali. Met twice. 73, of course, he beats Frazier, and he beats him again, but 75, the thriller in Manila. Most people say the most brutal boxing fight, biggest following at the time ever.
Yeah.
One of the greatest rivalries.
Yeah, spent 6 weeks in hospital after that.
All right. Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding.
Hit me in the shin. Is that a rivalry, Phil?
Well,
is it a rivalry?
It was probably until it went too far. You send your partner in with a hammer to belch on the knee. He's probably taken a bit too far. This one got me. Sebastian Coe and Steve Ovett. Now, because you've got to go back to the 1980 Moscow Olympics. So
you do.
1500 metre, 800 metre. One's supposed to win the 800. The other one's supposed to win the 1500.
It went the other way.
So sport's a funny thing.
It is a funny thing, mate. Now, and that's a great rivalry that not too many people would know about.
No, and there have been some great. So I just got to be careful when you say the greatest. Again, there's a 10-year window where you were the greatest in your time, and perhaps the greatest rivalry. There's a lot that get forgotten over time.
Well, that's right.
Now, cheating in sport, mate. Just before we came on, you raised a very interesting one.
The man cat in cricket.
Yep.
The man cat in cricket. It's like there's a law there to say that you can do it, but you don't do it. It's one of those laws. It's a bit of a funny one.
Greg Chappell underarm.
Well, you can do it, but you don't do it. You just don't do it. That's dead right.
It's in the rules to say you can.
This is in England, and the Indian player has come into bowl. The series is on the line. Everything's on the line. 1 run needed or whatever. England, we're going to win the thing. She comes into bowl, doesn't release the ball. The batsman moves out of the crease expecting the ball to be bowled.
Yep.
And she turned around and took the bails off. End of the game, end of the series. They win. You beauty. Now, She's come out in defence. There's been a lot of social media over this.
Yep.
Because I'm a big anti the man cad. Get rid of it altogether. It's not a fair decision. But a lot of them have come out and said, she has come out, the Indian captain has come out and said, the England players were warned before, which you're allowed to do. You can warn them, and if they do it, you can man-cat them. I don't mind that. But they didn't warn. Now there's a huge fight on social media saying that never happened. The man-cat, mate, have a good look at it. The man-cat to me is something that does not belong in cricket. It is the worst way to get out. And very lucky not to have a bat wrapped around her head.
All right, there's a bit more to follow on that one. We need to get out because the floor producer's going off her tree saying, get off, we've finished. Time for us to go. Hope you've enjoyed the show, everybody. Look forward to your company next week. Bye for now.